everyone, and welcome to our virtual community kitchen. Today we are making salmon, cilantro, lime rice, along with a salad that is cucumber and tomato. So welcome, but before we start, let's smudge. Okay, let's begin. We have 3 different platforms that you might be interested in. We are on Instagram at nativechild_early years. We're also on Facebook under NCFST, Aboriginal Early Childhood Development Unit, and we're also on YouTube, Native Child and Family Services of Toronto. So please check us out there, because we not only post our community kitchen videos, we also have other videos, other programming there that you might be interested in. So this is a good way in order to stay informed and also connected. And now let's get back to our recipe. Okay, so these are the ingredients we will be using today. We have rice, cilantro, onions, garlic, limes, salmon, cucumber, tomatoes, garlic powder, Montreal steak spice, bay leaves, oil, and salt and pepper to taste. So I have our oil on, and right now it's on high. It was just to pump it up, get the process going quickly. I'm going to turn it down to about medium low, in between there, and I'm going to put in the onions right now. I've already taken the liberty to wash our rice, and I washed it 2 times. The reason why is we want to be able to remove the starch. And the starch is not bad. The idea is to remove it in order for the rice not to be too sticky, and so each rice is somewhat individual. That's the goal. That's what we want. So let me get a stirring spoon. We're going to add a little bit of salt in order to dehydrate it. Very nice. A little bit of pepper, why not? Much. We're going to have our bouillon ready. Okay, so now we got our onions to the right spot, which they look translucent. They look really good. So we're going to add some of our garlic, but we're going to save a little bit of the garlic for the fish. So we're going to leave that to the side. We're going to stir this, make sure this is nice. Excellent. Okay, so please turn on your oven to 375 degrees. Like that, we are preheating our oven for our fish. we want to be able to have the oven ready when the fish is ready to go in. Okay, so our onions are at the right color that we are looking for, so they're not toasted, but they've lost their sharp white color. And now we are going to put our water inside with our bouillon and bay leaf. So in goes the water. Now I'm going to turn up the heat. So in order to make this rice, it's really 2 steps. So you're frying up the onions, adding your water, seasoning the water, and then your rice is going to go in. And you will do your rice according to how you usually do the rice and what it says in the packet. That is one option. The other option, I'm going to be using the rice cooker today. I find that the rice cooker really gives the rice a really nice texture and that I'm looking for. I don't know what you have at home, if it's the pot with a tight lid in order to trap in all the moisture and it cooks nicely inside, or if you have a rice cooker. So in either one, it works just as well. Okay, so I have my rice cooker here. I'm going to be adding my rice that's already pre-washed. Remember 2 times to take out the starch. Excellent. Now I'm going to be adding the broth with the onions and the garlic and the bay leaf and the bouillon. Okay, so we have our cilantro. It's already been washed, and I've washed it a few times. And every time I've done it, at the bottom of the bowl, I'm able to see that there's still sand. I finally got it to a place where it's not sandy any longer, but it took about 5 washes. So whenever you think you're done, you're not done. Some come really clean, but others don't. So be mindful of that, because you don't want to be biting into little bits of sand. So I've cut the stems off, and I'm left now with the leaves. And let me take this off. And so the idea here is that we want to be able to chop it up very fine, because we do not want large chunks of cilantro in the rice. We just want little specks, like little freckles, green freckles everywhere. Okay. And once the rice is done, we're not going to put this in right away, because if we do that, it's almost going to cook the cilantro little leaves. So what we're going to do is cool down the rice a little bit and then add it, because we want that vibrant green color. If not, it's going to be, if we put it in when it's really hot, the leaves are going to turn somewhat brown or really dark, and that's not what we're wanting. We want a fresh look. And fresh taste. Now we're going to wash our limes, and we're going to extract the juice, and this is going to go into the rice as well. So if you don't like lime or even cilantro, please do not add it. Save it for something else, or do not use it, because if these are ingredients that you don't like. We provide these videos for you to have an opportunity to try something new. But if you want to use these ingredients and make a different meal altogether, then please do. We just want to be able to provide ideas and provide cost-effective meals. But if you want to put your own creative spin on it, please do so. Okay. These are really, really nice and juicy. Sometimes the limes are so small, hardly any juice comes out of them. But this is a nice one. Also too, if you don't have a little gadget like this, you could grab a fork, stab it in the inside, hold it and move it up and down as you're squeezing the lemon. Then you can turn it the other way and keep on doing that. Like that, you're getting all the juice yourself that it has to offer. But I must admit, this is a little bit easier. Okay, we have our cilantro put aside and our lime juice, and we're just waiting now for the rice to cook. So that is excellent. Now we're going to be working on our tomato and cucumber salad. So let's get started with that. So we wash our tomato and our cucumber. Okay, so we are now going to cut our cucumber in cubes. So we're going to cut it lengthwise first, and then we're going to cut that into 3. Not exactly cubes, but little chunks. Super easy. We're going to cut that in half, and now, so nice bite size. Okay, now it's time for us to cut our tomatoes. Now I've chosen these plum tomatoes, and the reason why is because they tend to be a little bit more fleshy, and I like that very much. I want a tomato that can stay together, but still has a lot of juice too. So believe it or not, we are almost done. I know this is a few steps here, but really, this meal's gonna be done in no time. We give that a little toss. And as you can see here, it's looking so pretty and colorful. At this point, I don't want to put the vinaigrette on it, because if I do, it's going to start releasing its juices with the salt, and I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to wait off on that. So here we have our salmon, and now it's time to prepare that. Our rice is going. It will be done very soon. Our oven is on, and our salad is almost done. So our salmon is it's rinsed, and it's time now to season it. But I've placed it on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper. And the reason why I've done that is for 2 reasons. A, we don't lose any of it sticking to the actual cookie sheet. And also because we want cleanup really easy. So when it's done and the meal is all gone, we could just pick this up and we just give it a quick wash. There's no scrubbing involved, it's perfect. Okay, so let's get with the seasoning of the fish. So remember how we had saved a little bit of the garlic from that we had minced before, and we added it to the rice. Now we saved it for the fish. So here we are. We're going to place it all along here. We're going to massage it in. That looks really nice. I'm going to wash my hands. We're also going to add a little bit of garlic powder. And a couple pinches of Montreal steak spice. This is gonna be delicious. Oh yes, oh yes. I'm gonna bring this a little closer so you're able to see what we are building here. It's looking quite nice. While the rice is still going, we still have to wait before we add in our salmon. Our salad is almost done. I just wanted to take a moment and talk to you about eating well with Canada's Food Guide. This is for First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. So over here it talks about how to use your Canada's Food Guide. It talks about how many servings a child should have per food group. So you have all your food groups here. You have your fruits and vegetables at the top. You have your grain. You have your dairy. And you have all your protein sources at the bottom there. This booklet also talks about eating a little bit extra for women of childbearing age and for women that are nursing or going to expect a child. It also talks about respecting your body. I really like that. What foods to limit. And I'll just name a few, such as pop, fruit-flavored drinks, candy, chocolate, alcohol, French fries, granola bars, cookies, ice cream, and frozen desserts. And there's more there. But the idea is to strive for balance. Canada's Food Guide is a guide. If you have specific food restrictions that your doctor has suggested for you not to have or to eat more of, and is contrary to this, please follow what your doctor is suggesting because that is specific to your needs. However, please read at your leisure. There's always something to learn. Okay, so our rice is almost done, so we are going to put the salmon in the oven. Okay, I just opened up the rice cooker and our rice is looking so good. It is smelling so lovely. Let's take it out and I want to cool it down. Push it to the sides of the bowl in order to allow all the steam to come out. Also, I'm going to take out the bay leaves. They've done their job for us. Okay. And when this cools down a little bit, we are then going to add the lime and then the cilantro. I'm just going to taste it and see where it's going. It is truly lovely. However, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. so as you can see here, I've made almost like this little well, and now all of this rice has a chance to let off some of the steam and the heat. While we're waiting for the fish, our rice is almost done. Now we're going to give the dressing to our little salad. So balsamic vinegar, you do not need to use a lot, just a little splash, just like that. No measuring. Why? So pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and now we're going to stir it up. Oh, wait, we need our oil. The oil brings everything together, mixing it up beautifully. The salt, the pepper, the balsamic vinegar just infuses everything beautifully. Also, some people like to add cilantro to this, and I'm just going to give it a little taste to see where it's going, if it needs more salt or not. For me, no. This is perfect. I wouldn't add anything else to it. So what I'm going to do is get a plate in order to get it ready for plating. Oh, I'm so excited for this rice. Oh yes, this is going to be a beautiful meal that's going to satisfy the family. Okay, let's see. Let me turn on the light. This is almost done. Okay, so we just got our fish out of the oven. I think it looks wonderful. Let me give you a closer look. It looks really lovely and very yummy. Okay, so now let's do our final touch of adding our lime juice. I'm not going to add everything just in case that it is too strong. So I'm going to go light with it first, and but I'm going to add all of the cilantro. Oh, this is looking beautiful. I'm very happy with this. So I'm going to be stirring it, as you can see here. Oh. Oh. This looks so, and smelling so good. Okay, I'm going to give it a quick taste just to see if I could use the rest of the lime. You know what? Not all of it, but because they were very, very big limes, like really big, and usually they're tiny. So I do have a little bit left, but I won't be adding the whole thing. But just a little bit more. I'm stirring that up. Okay, it's time for plating. How exciting. So, look at this. And now our cucumber tomato salad. And now our fish. Let's do this part. Some people like the skin, some people do not. I personally love the skin. And as you can see, the parchment paper, it just allows everything to come off so you're not losing any of your ingredients. And here is the finished product. We have our oven baked salmon, our cilantro lime rice, and our tomato and cucumber salad. So look at how lovely that looks. Anyways, with that said, please take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.